This is not my life. It's just a fond farewell to a friend. This is not what I'm like. It's just a fond farewell. Good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon. This is it. This is my last ever competitive race on this server or any server. I must admit it's been fun. We've tangled with a few guys, had a lot of beef. Enough beef to host like a cookout over the years, you know. It's been sizzling hot, all kinds of sauce, all kinds of spice, but at the end of the day, we all sit together as a group of 20 drivers and we feast because we absolutely love it. It's what we live for, and for many years, this is what I've lived for too. I remember playing F1 1998 on my PlayStation 1. I wasn't even a year old, but I had that game. Somehow, I don't know, F1 98, 99, 2000, 1, 2, and then they stopped making them for a bit, I think. 2005 came out, 2005 came out on a PS2, 2006/Championship Edition on the PS3, in my opinion, the best Formula 1 game ever. Then it went quiet for a couple of years. Codemasters came out with an absolute shit show on the Wii in 2009. Then, of course, as we know it on the main consoles from 2010 onwards, I have been playing these games. Like, it's amazing how I've been so shit since I've been playing it for literally over 20 years, but it's what it is, guys. It is what it is, okay? Right? Anyways, this is my final race. It's been a pleasure racing you guys. I almost stacked it on the formation lap, but thankfully there's no damage, and we just slot it perfectly into our grid slot. So this is it now. This is it. There's going to be just a few more seconds to wait, and then the red lights will come on for the final time in my life. We all reach that time where we have to move on, and this is it. I'm crossing over to the other side, and it's lights out, and away we go here for the final time in Abu Dhabi as Cross_T_Nation. The origins of which perhaps I'll get on to a bit later, but I'm just trying to get to the end of this race, you know. I'm trying to enjoy it, so I leave tons of space, which is uncharacteristic of me. I even back out going around turn 2 here, lose 2 places. Somebody's going to pop up on the left there. It's Digo. I'm just trying to be safe, guys. I don't want to get caught in the melee on lap 1 in my final race, right? And I almost wiped myself out against my own teammate because Flo gets a poor exit from turn 4. We try and get him on the left hand side. Our teammate's there. We touch a little bit, almost go spearing off to the left. And now we've got Psycho here on our outside. And we break pretty early. Psycho hits Flo. I hit Flo. Almost spin him out. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I broke early. He broke earlier. It's just a concertina effect. That is an opening lap in Formula 1 motor racing, as I'm sure we all know and love. And after that, it kind of just calms down a little bit, except for Flo, who's obviously got some something going on down under. Like, see you later, mate. It's a little bit early to be toasting it. Nevertheless, he's toasted it. I hope he enjoys that. But obviously, it's a free position for me, so I don't particularly mind at this point. And now we just try to settle into a rhythm. You know, for the first time this season, I actually had decent pace. I reckon I could have finished 5th or 6th on pure pace, but here we go. We absolutely stack it. Destroyer Sean goes off. He spins round. He's hit me 800 billion times this season. I respect you, mate. You're a quick guy, but you know, I couldn't care less about that one. It is what it is. I'll see you around. Have a good life. The safety car comes out, and it's too early for me to pit. Really, it's lap 4. I'm on the hard tires, so I have to stay out. I have no choice. Whilst I was half spinning and seeing Destroyer Sean spin round, I lost the place to my teammate. We've worked well together all season. We've had some good racing. We've had some good team orders. Bear in mind, we have no communications throughout the race. Instinctively, we've just understood what to do in every situation. So I respect him. If I ever return to this kind of thing, and you're in the same league as me, then maybe we shall link up as teammates in the future, mate. It's been a pleasure, honestly. Yeah, the safety car restart. Digo ran wide. We run through. Then everything settles down from there on in. And then we've got Mango, I think that is, off the racetrack. He's lost his front wing. We're trying to suss where he's going to go here. We try and hang it around the outside. To be fair to him, he breaks early and keeps his line, but we still almost lose it on the curb. So in the heat of the moment, I was a little bit irritated at him there, though. We couldn't have done too much. My teammate stacks it on the curb, loses it where I lost it, and now we're going to have DRS, so hopefully we can get back past him. And as I said, you know, we've had great racing all year, great team orders, and so we get a slipstream on him, and I'm thinking, one last time, mate, it's good to see you. I hang it around the outside, I try and squeeze him on the exit, stop him from getting on the throttle. We touch a little bit, and then I get a jab in the side. We do a quick flick spin and only lose 5 seconds, which is a lot better than what he lost, as you can see. But we lost a bunch of time and a bunch of positions, but then the safety car comes out to save my backside. It's lap 10 going on to 11, so of course it's about time to pit. Now I'm thinking, what do I do? Do I stick on softs and do a 2-stop here, or do I stick on mediums and try and hang it towards the end, or do I stick on mediums now and then go on a soft towards the end? It's a pretty close one. I'm split with my decision. I'll go on the mediums anyway to give myself some options of how long I can stay out. And on the restart we get a horrible one actually, and that puts Jerome right behind us. People trying to warm up the tyres in front because they are pretty cold. But now here we are on Exo Wolves. Look at this, into the chicane. This is actually a pretty good move, I think, well timed. He leaves plenty of space. Fair play, mate, I respect that. Can we get flow on the exit? We do get a good exit, but it's not worth burning some ERS at this point, so we're just going to try and sit in the slipstream. I was kind of wondering how he ended up back in front of us, seeing as he spun on the first lap. But anyways, Mango absolutely sends it, full send, no pretend, up into the inside of the final corner, which is ludicrous, mate. You'd never see me doing that if I had taken 5 lines of cocaine and a bunch of acid, mate. Like, even I wouldn't go for that one. You know what I mean? Now into turn 1 there, we get absolutely clarted there by Flo twice, I think it was. So maybe he's got some affiliation with us going on. I don't know. We seem to see him a lot. And my teammate got back in front of me again and all of that. But he's on the soft tyres that are wearing out, and so he gets out of my way. And I appreciate that. So I cut in front of him just to say, you know, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. We get on the DRS. And now we find ourselves behind Exo Wolves again. We're going to go for the same move, but Righty London commits the cardinal sin of trying to switch back in traffic. When there are people behind you, you can't go for the switchback because you're slowing a lot more than they anticipate, and you're taking a wider line, taking more time to cut back towards the apex. So like, you're committing positional suicide by cutting across like that. Of course you're going to get hit. I was under control. I was on the apex. No lockups, mate. Not my fault. Anyways, we box now a lap after my teammate, because I don't think my mediums are going to make it to the end. Obviously his softs wouldn't make it, so now we're both going to be on mediums till the end of the race, and hopefully we can catch the guys in front. As you can see, we just get out ahead of my teammate here in the sister Haas. Now we got 2 lovely white thick asses hunting, preying on those in front of us. And once again, team orders are at play with no comms. You know, we're trying to hunt as a pack. We're trying to gain the guys in front, trying to pull them in, and then we're going to absolutely unleash a wrath of terror, the likes of which have never been seen before on a Formula 1 racetrack. That is the master plan. We just have to execute it. Now we're approaching Righty London with 5.5 laps to go. He's harvesting more than you would see in a field of wheat on a hot summer's day, mate. Look at this, that red light is blinking, it's flashing, it's almost blinding me. I've got to find a way past. But he goes all Sergio Perez mode. I'm thinking, where can I get by? He takes the inside into turn 1. Now going through the S's in turn 2 and turn 3. He's slowing on the apex. He's catching me off guard. I almost spin out here, trying to adjust the balance properly. Now my teammate's catching me. He looks to the inside. We go to the inside, and then Righty London gives us a Verstappen chop on the brakes. But it's okay. It's okay. We got the good traction. We got the ERS. We got the DRS, and now we can get in the slipstream. Look at that. We're right behind, and we can see it all in front of us. So we pull out to the left hand side. Righty London can't do anything. He's helpless, but we think he's going to send it up the inside, so we give him a chop on the brakes. Our teammate tries to hang it around the outside. Now we've got to worry about our sister Haas behind us. He's going to have DRS, a bit of ERS, but we get a good exit, and we've been strung out of that corner all day long, to be fair. The two major traction zones going on to the out of turn 4, but now we're on Walcott. Walcott gives us a massive chop to the left. We try and hang it around the outside. Walcott's going to force us wide, but we're going to hold our ground. There's a little bit of contact, but we get better traction. We get straight on the ERS. The DRS opens up for us. Now we can saw past, and you can see Walcott now goes into our blind spot. I can't see him. I try to move to the left, but he's still there. We touch a little bit, almost lose control. I give him a massive chop on the brakes. He gives us the Krusty Nason treatment. He can't make the track, and I lose the place to my teammate again. Yet again, I lose the place to my teammate. Walcott's in front. We cut across him to let him know what he's done. He weaves in our mirrors because he knows exactly what he's done. You know, you give a little, take a little. I don't mind too much. The bloody Alpines have been stacking it all day long, so we go straight past them. Now it's the penultimate lap. Our teammate fighting Flo. Teammate's got no DRS. Flo's harvesting. He's harvesting. He is ready to make profit. He forces us to take the outside line, but we've got our teammate in front who's also harvesting like you wouldn't believe. So we try and give him a chop into the swooping left-hander, but we just misjudge our line and we let him back through again. He forces us wide off the track. He's off the track too. This is like Verstappen and Hamilton in Saudi Arabia, Verstappen and Hamilton in Brazil. We have to give the place back somehow. The stewards are against us, mate. This is getting bloody manipulated. As we're heading now, we're off the track again, and we're off the track a third time here, courtesy of our own teammates. Some may say friendly fire. I say this is firing friendly. And we go on to the final lap now. And on the back straight, our teammate gets a good run on us. He's going to try and go for the switchback move. The very same move that Lewis Hamilton tried to pull on Max Verstappen in the 2021 title battle finale. But we get a great exit, and that's it, guys. There's nothing more to be said, done, laughed about, cried at, hated, loved, anything outside or in between. This is it. The racing will be perpetual in my soul. The dive bombs will be everlasting. The collisions will be inevitable within my dreams and my thoughts. But until I see you next time, this will be it. It's time to move on. It's time to step across to the other side. It's been a pleasure. There have been highs. There have been lows. Most of it's been mediocre. But, you know, I appreciate the passion that we all share for this sport. I appreciate the passion that we share for the game, because for a lot of us this is the closest that we can get to living the kind of action that we see on TV. As I say, it's been a pleasure. This is it. It's a fond farewell.